So it has been 20 days since I launched the Max Premium school community. Let's check out the results right away, right? So right now I'm inside of my computer, we're inside of the Max Premium, and as you can see, we're just about to close or go above this 20K per month mark, right? And I launched this community, as mentioned, January 15th, so it has been pretty much exactly 20 days by now. Now, so that's really the first thing that I want to cover, right? But more importantly, I have like a list that I want to cover today. And the first thing on that list is the school games, right? And if this is the first time that you hear about school and you have no idea what it is, the school games is basically something that you can go to. If you go to maxpearson.com/school, I'll leave a link down below as well. And you'll be taken to this page, right? And on this page, you can join the school games that Alex Hormozi is hosting essentially together with Sam Ovens, the founder of Skool. And what's really cool about Skool is that when you sign up with an account, you automatically get into the school games. And to show you what it looks like on the inside, before I show you the leaderboards here, you basically get access to this community. And inside of the community, you also get a free training course by Alex Hormozi that I assume they're gonna continue to build out as we progress as well, or I know that for a fact. I'm gonna talk about that in a second, how they're gonna do that. And then also what they do, right, which is really interesting, is that they have something called the leaderboards. And you can see here that it says MRR, right? So MRR basically stands for monthly recurring revenue. And then what they're doing is that they're running a contest every single month. And you can see here that they update it every 24 hours. And then they run this contest from the entire month of February, essentially. So how it works is that whenever you have a community on Skool and you use the integrated payment processor, right, you automatically enter this contest. And the more your community grows, for example, in Max Premium, right, they're basically keeping track of this monthly recurring revenue right here. And if your community grows the most, or if you're in the top 10 spot of that month, you get to visit Hormozi and Sam as well, I assume, and Andrew Kirby as well will most likely be there as well. And they will host an event in Las Vegas where they're also going to do a meetup and record the content, and then everybody else can learn from the top 10 people on the leaderboard, right? So Eddie here, for example, who's the #1 guy right now, they launched this course just about like 4 days ago now, I think, 4 or 5 days ago. And he's already added $14,000 in new monthly recurring revenue to his business in like 4 or 5 days, which is insane, right? I'm currently on spot number 11 here, and I've added $4,000. So I've averaged around like $1,000 per day in new monthly recurring revenue, which is not bad. I'm very happy about that. But like the competition here is fierce. People are going all in, and it's awesome to see. And I'm obviously going all in to try to get on this top 10 spot, obviously. But so are a bunch of other people as well. So it's really fun to see, right? But that is basically the school games. And it just gamifies the process a lot, right? So that was just the first thing. The school games is off to the races. In my previous video, I talked about that. And obviously, I'm going all in right now to try to get to that spot. But the next thing I want to talk about as well is just the Hyros tracking, right? And the Hyros paid tracking, and how I use paid advertising right now to scale my community. And I'm basically trying to figure this out as we go. It's not the easiest thing. I've never been selling like a low monthly recurring subscription thing before. It's completely new for me. So I'm kind of learning as we go, right? Different sales processes. And obviously I want to figure this out because I'm also learning or teaching other people how they can scale their communities as well. That's what I do inside of Max Premium. So I'm just about to build out this course right now inside of Max Premium where we talk about paid traffic, right? So I'm spending some money into paid, and we use this tool then called Hyros where we're basically tracking everything. So, and again, we have some challenges, but it's fine. And in this video, I just want to talk about it, right? So what you can do inside of Hyros is that if you go to reporting and then under scientific here, then we can basically fill out what date I want to track. So let's say, I think we launched this new campaign between the 29th and today is the 5th, right? So I'm going to click apply here and then generate report. And then we can get a report of the results so far. So as we then can see that during this period, I've added $9,000 in new monthly recurring revenue, but we've only tracked around like $200 from the ads. And we've spent, let's see here, we've spent like $3.4 4K approximately into ads, but we only been tracked like 2 sales from paid. So obviously that is not ideal, but we have a very, very good cost per lead right now on Facebook for around $5 per lead. And we're building out a backend right now where we're going to utilize email heavily, right? And I'm going to show you what this funnel looks like as well. And this is kind of what I'm trying to tweak right now, because the organic is working really, really well. And what I'm doing in terms of organic is what I've been talking about previously in this series as well is, I'm doing YouTube videos like this, I'm doing Instagram, I'm doing some TikTok videos, daily email, and stories and such, right? But I do really do want to figure out the paid as well. And so we can also, what you can do here with Hyros is that you can break down exactly what type of ad set is working the best, right? How much you've spent, you can see exactly down to the ad, which ad has actually generated the sale, right? So we can see here that this specific ad then generated the sale, and then we can obviously use that data to then double down on what ads are working the best and then spend more money into those ads. But as you can see, like, we're not making an ROI from the paid ads as of right now. And honestly, I don't really care. Overall, it's making money, and I want to spend money into ads to learn, to kind of figure out how to do this the best way. And I also am a very, very strong believer, or I know for a fact that a lot of people that we generated leads right now, they might not know what this school thing is as of yet. I have this free 7-hour course or masterclass on YouTube. So they're looking around and they're going through all of this free information, and they're just getting introduced to this new opportunity called school, right? Because it's so fresh, especially with paid communities. So I don't really mind spending this money and not seeing an ROI immediately, because I know for a fact that a lot of those leads that we're generating now for like under $5 per lead, and this started out at around $1 to $2 per lead. So I think we can get this number down quite a bit by just tweaking the ads. So I don't mind like getting leads right now for $1 to $2 per lead. Even $5 per lead is still very cheap, because I believe very, very strongly that we will be able to get customers out of those leads in the future, right? So that is basically the paid. The next thing I want to talk about, which is something that a lot of people have been asking me about, especially inside of Max Premium, on our Q&A calls, and kind of how to do the setup of a school community. And should you use like a free community, a separate free community, and then a separate paid community? And there are different ways that you can do this, but I just wanted to show you kind of what I'm doing, and that is working really, really well for me so far. And that is that I basically have a completely free community, right? And it's called Max Free. And I started to grow this November of 2022. So I've been growing this for a little bit over a year now. And we have just over 30,000 members inside of this community. And basically how I structure it is that inside of the classroom, inside of Max Free, I have 2 different courses, right? I have the free SMMA course, which is basically how I started out on the internet, teaching people how to run marketing agencies. And this course in turn then teaches them how to do that thing, but it also upsells them into Max Premium. But more importantly, I also have the school masterclass that's completely free, which is a 7-hour school masterclass that I've also posted on YouTube that teaches people how to start, run, and grow a school community. And I show them exactly how I do it. And then you can see here underneath each video, it then upsells them with a link to Max Premium, right? So if they want to access the full course and want to access the Q&A calls and more training, then they basically buy into Max Premium to access that essentially, right? So that is basically that. Also what I do inside of my free community, which is very, very powerful, is that I have a pinned post here that I did just 2 days ago. And you can see here that we've generated like 69 comments and 43 likes. And what's really powerful about this post is that, first of all, I tell them about Max Premium. So every single person who gets into Max Free, they get this pitch about Max Premium, right? And I also then recorded almost a 20-minute long video here where I just show people what's inside of Max Premium. So I do like a sneak peek or like a preview of, let's see if I can just mute myself. So I basically go over here exactly what people get inside of Max Premium. I show them all of the classrooms that they're getting, all of the different mentors and coaches that they will access, and so on and so forth. And then what happened as well is that a lot of people inside of Max Premium started to comment on this post that, guys, it's so good, join, it's a no-brainer. Kevin, for example, Season Ali, anyone who's not in the Max Premium community are missing out big time. right? The price increase means nothing compared to the value, guys. Don't overthink it. It's worth it. So, like you're missing out big time if you don't join. So a lot of people inside of Max Premium started to comment on this post, and now this in itself kind of become a sales machine then for Max Premium. So that is basically how I use that, right? And I use, again, 2 separate communities. So if you go to my website, I have Max Free and then I have Max Premium. And the whole idea with Max Free, it's completely free. You join, massive value up front, and then I use that as a sales mechanism to then drive people into Max Premium, essentially, right? So the setup is very simple, and I see a lot of people doing different setups about this. Some people start off with a free community and then turn it into a paid. So they just have one community. So they start off free, they generate 200 members, let's say, and then they put a price tag on it, and then they slowly increase the price. That's one way to go about it for sure. I also see some people who have one community, and the community is a paid community, but it's a public community. So what I mean by that is that you can basically access the community like this, but then inside of the classroom, they lock all of the courses, and then they unlock the courses manually where somebody pays. That's another way to do it. The reason why I like to do it like this, having 2 separate ones, is because I can have forever one community that is forever free that I can continue to build, and I can use that as a mechanism for provide massive value to the marketplace. And I'm also building like an email list here, right? So I can email those people, and I can put my offer in front of them as well. So I really like this setup. Yes, you will need to have like 2 communities with school, but over time that's like a no-brainer, right? If you get one paying customer into your premium one, then it's basically paying off by itself, right? And this is basically how I got the results that I've been able to receive so far with Max Premium. It's basically just having a free community, launching a paid one, letting everybody know in my free community that I have a paid one, and then talking about it on social media. That's basically it. And as I showed you here on Hyros as well, pretty much all sales are from organic. So I've spent like 3.3K on ads, but it's only really generated 2 sales so far. All of the other sales has been organic. So I think that is a very powerful metric for people to show as well. And honestly, obviously it helps me that I already have an audience when I launch this thing. But also what's worth mentioning here is that my free community, Max Free, it went from 0 to like 30,000 members in 1 year. And I made over $655,000 last year. And when I started this free community, I had no audience. I got the audience here on YouTube because of my free content, essentially. So I think that is very important for people to remember, that you might think that you need a big audience to be able to make money with school, but it's actually the other way around. You get the audience and you make the money because of school and the value that you provide. So I think that's very important to keep in mind as well. So that's basically my thoughts regarding like the free and the paid communities and kind of my organic strategy. And obviously, if you want to see exactly how I do like my reels and such, I'm no expert when it comes to reel or short form content, but I'm posting every single day. I'm staying consistent with it, and I'm doing stories every single day, and it's working. It's turning into customers essentially, right? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is funnel versus school, right? So on my website, the way that I kind of promote Max Premium right now is with a separate funnel. And I use a software for this called Go High Level, right? So I use Go High Level, and I will leave a link down to Go High Level if you want to check it out. They have a 30-day free trial as well. And inside of Max Premium, I teach people exactly how to set up funnels and build an email list and all of these things using Go High Level, and give everybody a snapshot, as it's called, or a template of kind of how we can build these things, right? And so this is the setup that I use right now, that I have like a separate funnel on my website. I drive traffic to this page and people opt in, and then they basically access the masterclass page, right? So this is where I have like a VSL video, and in this video I kind of walk people through what school is and kind of what my offer is. And then if they're interested here, we have our wall of love and testimonials and all of that as well. And then if they're interested, they can basically click here, and then we take them to school, and then they can buy or not, essentially, right? So that's how I do it right now, funnel versus school. But here's the thing. A lot of people are predicting that the future funnel of the internet now in 2024 is going to be just the school about page. Basically, instead of doing all of these steps where we drive people to, an opt-in page and then to a video page and then landing on the school page, a lot of people are predicting that the future of the funnels are going to be just driving traffic directly to the school about page. And I 100% agree with that. I think that is going to be a very, very interesting and a very, very powerful thing to test. The only reason why I'm not doing it as of right now is because we can't track anything from these about pages right now. I think that is coming, where you will be able to have some tracking codes on the about page on school, so you'll be able to track sales and so on and so forth. As of right now, that is not there, but I know that it's a highly requested thing. A lot of people talk about it inside of the school communities, so I'm sure that the school team is aware of this and that they're working on that. I have no idea when or if that is going to be released, but if it does, I think it's going to be an extremely powerful feature for people to use, where you basically just drive paid and organic traffic directly to the about page on school, and then you can track the sales as well. Because if you think about it, if you can do that, you wouldn't really need like an intermediary tool like Hyros as well, right? What if you didn't need like a tracking tool like this, but it would kind of be like Shopify. And if you've been using Shopify, you know that you can kind of get the sales data directly into the Facebook Business Manager. So that is what I'm waiting for as well, to be able to put some tracking pixel codes onto the about page here, where we can track sales and just drive traffic directly to the about page. I think that is going to be extremely powerful, but we will have to see what happens, right? So that is basically it. What I wanted to talk about in this video today. The school games is on, as I mentioned, and it's a very interesting place to be here on the leading board, to kind of to see what everybody's doing and what different techniques that they're using. And this is kind of the idea that Sam and Alex has as well with these school games, right? Because as they invite these people, the top 10 people, they will record it, and then they will give the recordings to everybody else inside of school, right? So the way that they plan this is that the top 10 people every single month who generates the most amount of results for for their school communities, they will go to an event, share with everybody else how they've been growing their communities, and then it will create content for everybody else who will want to do that as well, which is really, really awesome, right? So that is basically that. Now, if you want to learn how to start, run, and grow your own school community, I can highly recommend that you join Max Free and that you check out my free 7-hour school masterclass. Also here on YouTube, right? On my YouTube channel, I have posted that entire masterclass directly on YouTube, so you can check it out. It's right here. I posted it 2 weeks ago. It has 70,000 views right now. And it's a 7-hour course walking you through everything that you need to know to start, run, and grow your own school community. The reason why you want to join Max Premium, that is when you want the continuation of that free or that school masterclass, because that 7-hour school masterclass is just module number 1 inside of Max Premium. We have 5 modules where we cover basically how to launch it, how to build it, basically how to select your niche, craft your offer and all of that, right? Planning out your entire course. In module number 2, we build it out. So we build all of the slides, we record everything. In module number 3, we talk about sales, how to set up a funnel, and all of these tracking systems that I just showed you with websites, and prepare for scale essentially. In module 4, we scale it, right? We introduce both organic strategies and paid strategies if you want to. And also inside of Max Premium, we have a full classroom on media buying. So if you want to learn how to run YouTube ads and Facebook ads from the lead media buyer in my agency or in my company, then you can learn that directly in here inside of Max Premium as well. And then inside of module number 5, inside of the school masterclass, we talk about operations, right? So how do you operate your community, and how do you actually create an engaging community, right? And I haven't checked this, and we can do this live now and kind of see what rank Max Premium is right now on the school here, right? So if I search for Max Premium, they basically rank the top most active communities there are. And right now we're the 166th most active community on the entire school platform, and we launched it just 20 days ago, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's it. Let me know whatever you guys, what questions you have and what you want to see on this journey. I'm basically updating my school journey step by step, and we're 20 days in now. We've grown it to $20,000 in new monthly recurring revenue. It's a lot of fun to start running, growing school business. I would love to teach you how as well, completely for free. So if you're interested in that, if you want to check out the school masterclass, check out the links below. You'll find a link to the school masterclass as mentioned here on YouTube. You will also find a link to the school games and to Max Premium as well. And let me know whatever questions you have down below, and I will personally make sure to answer all of your questions. All right? So I think that's it. Let's go.